Hi everyone, this is Aruna, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. So today we're going to see about the detailed explanation about the transaction concept along with the properties. So before watching this video, kindly watch my previous video. There I have given one case study how the amount can be transferred from one account to the another account in the real time. So first we're going to see about the transaction. So transaction nowadays we can call it as it is a unit of program or unit of action. It execute that access and possibly update some data items. Data item is nothing but your storage. Some item can be updated in your backend. That is a table or some other place. So in this case, we are using a two different types of an operation. One is a read operation, another one is a write operation. So in my previous lecture, I gave you this real world example how the amount can be transmitted. So by seeing this thing, we are doing only three operations. First, you're going to read the data. After that, you have to do some operation. Finally, after performing that update, you're going to write that particular new data to the account. So these are the three operations. For that only, we are using a read and write. So always in a transaction point of view, only we're going to do these two operations alone. So in the same example, for example, I'm going to transact amount 50 from one account to the another account or from A to B. So this is my data item. That is nothing but my account or my data storage, or we can call it is a data item. So in this case, see here, first recall the previous thing, how I can explain that particular thing. So through that only you can able to write this thing. So see through that, first we have to open an account. So here in a computer language, we're going to read. For opening an account, just you're going to read an account A. After reading the account, you're going to debit the certain amount, the mentioned amount from that particular account. So here my data item is A. In that A, I'm going to debit the amount 50. Finally, I'm going to update my data item in that particular variable. If I doesn't do this thing, if you are creditor over here, there is a loss for account A user. Is it right? So only we are saying if you are going for an online transactional processing, your database must be a consistency. Whatever operation you are doing, definitely it will be updated. So finally, you're going to write that particular A account, update your A account. Similarly, in your B account, you're going to credit that account. So it can be added with the old amount. Your new amount can be updated in that particular data. For that, you are using a write B. So in the real world, if you're transferring amount by using either Paytm or Google Pay or your some other transactional medium, if you are transmitting, definitely intermediately is maybe a hardware failure or a software failure, or it may be a network failure. May occur, is it right? We can't able to say successfully amount can be transmitted. I said that it definitely your database must be a consistent database. In this case, you're in a real time, if you're transferring the amount, definitely it will send a notification to you. Is it right? If it is a debited, if it is a credited, and also during the intermediate processor, your network line is very low, or you're having some error in the server side, definitely it will send the your payment is unsuccessful. After unsuccessful, it will roll back to your home page. It will not be Nina, it will not be stay back in that original place. Is it right? So automatically it will move to the original places. So this particular concept only we can call it as a transaction. So in your transaction, majorly your query, all your online real-time data, where you are using a real data or a current data item, definitely you are using this. In this case, definitely your database is in a normalized way. So this is how I am saying this particular transactional concept. So according to this transaction, you're having a two major issues. One thing is your failure can occur. So your failure may be a network failure or system crash failure or a hardware failure or a software failure. That is a major issue while going for a transactional concept. Another thing is that definitely if you're doing this operation individually, if you're having 1,000 lines over here, so your time taken is larger. It will take, your throughput rate is higher, and also it will increase the execution time of a single instruction or a single schedule. So in this case, we are going for a multiple transaction at the same time. That particular concept only we can call it as a concurrent execution. More number of transaction can be done at the same time. So that can be called it as a concurrent execution. So these are the two major issues can arise while dealing with the transactional concept. So these are the brief introduction about the transaction along with the operations. What are the operation to be used with the real-time example. Thank you for watching my video. In my next video, I'm going to detailedly explain about the asset properties.